My beloved child. Stop scrolling. Pause here for a moment, because what you are about to hear was not placed before your eyes by accident. Something unseen has guided your hands to this exact message, at this exact second, because there is something your spirit has been waiting to hear, something your heart has quietly been begging heaven to confirm. And tonight, heaven answers. There is a name that was spoken. Not in a crowd. Not in passing. Not by mistake. Your name. Spoken out loud. And the one who said it was your soulmate. You did not hear it with your ears, but your soul felt it. That strange pull in your chest, that sudden pause in your breathing, that moment, perhaps earlier today, when your thoughts drifted to someone you could not explain. That was not random. That was the echo. Because at the exact moment your soulmate's lips formed your name, something moved through the spiritual realm like a wave through still water. It reached you. And even if your conscious mind dismissed it, your spirit recognized it immediately. My child, there are moments heaven watches in silence. And then there are moments so sacred, even angels stop to witness them. This was one of those moments. You must understand what happened. This was not casual. This was not ordinary. For a long time, your soulmate has carried your energy in silence. They have hidden it. Denied it. Questioned it. Tried to reason it away. They told themselves it was imagination. They told themselves they were mistaken. They told themselves they were feeling too much. But feelings that are divinely planted do not disappear. They grow. Quietly. Slowly. Like roots beneath frozen ground. Invisible to the eye, but impossible to stop. And tonight, those roots broke through. Your soulmate was alone. Or perhaps they were surrounded by others. But suddenly, without warning, something about you rushed into their heart. Not a memory. Not a thought. A presence. Your presence. It overwhelmed them. It stopped them. It made time feel strange. And before they could stop themselves, they said your name. Out loud. Not whispered. Not imagined. Spoken. As if their soul had seized control of their lips. As if something greater than logic demanded to be heard. And when they heard themselves say it, they froze. Because suddenly they knew. What they have been running from, has been running toward them all along. You. Do you understand what that means? It means your energy is no longer hidden from them. It means the walls they built are beginning to crack. It means heaven is pressing on their heart. And they cannot ignore it anymore. For some time now, you have felt confusion. You have asked, why do I still feel this connection? Why can't I let go? Why does this person keep returning to my thoughts? You thought perhaps it was your imagination. Perhaps loneliness. Perhaps wishful thinking. But no. It was resonance. A spiritual chord. A thread woven before either of you were born. A divine thread that does not break simply because humans become afraid. And fear has been their greatest companion. They fear what this connection means. They fear what loving you might require. They fear surrender. They fear change. But the soul cannot remain silent forever. Eventually, it speaks. And tonight, it spoke your name. My beloved child, I need you to hear this carefully. The fact that your soulmate said your name out loud is not the miracle. The miracle is why. Because they were not trying to summon you. They were trying to resist you. And resistance failed. Do you understand the power of that? Even while fighting it, you escaped their mouth. Even while denying it, you reached their lips. Even while they tried to bury the feeling, your name rose like fire. This is what happens when heaven decides it is time. Humans can delay. They cannot prevent. Your soulmate has been walking through invisible pressure. They have felt restless, sleepless, emotionally disoriented. Memories appearing without invitation. Dreams that feel too real. Songs that suddenly sound like messages. Conversations that somehow circle back to love. They have noticed your energy everywhere. In small things. In strange things. In places you have never been. And it frightened them. Because they began to realize. This is bigger than coincidence. This is bigger than attraction. This is spiritual. And that realization changes everything. For many nights now, they have tried to distract themselves. They scrolled. They worked. They laughed with others. They filled empty space with noise. But silence kept finding them. And every time silence arrived, you arrived with it. Your eyes. Your energy. Your essence. And tonight, your name. Spoken into the air like a prayer. Spoken into the room like a confession. Spoken into existence like an admission their soul could no longer hide. My child. Do not underestimate the power of a spoken name. Names carry energy. Names open doors. Names activate remembrance. When someone speaks your name with emotion, something spiritual moves. That is why your spirit felt it. That is why you stopped. That is why this message found you. Because heaven wanted you to know. You were felt. Deeply. Powerfully. Unexpectedly. And your soulmate is shaken. They did not expect this. They did not plan this. But now they cannot pretend it did not happen. And that is where the real story begins. Because once a truth is spoken, it cannot return to silence. They are now replaying that moment. Again. And again. And again. They are asking themselves, why did I say that? What does this mean? Why does this person have this effect on me? And every answer leads back to one place. Love. Not ordinary love. Not convenient love. Not temporary love. Sacred love. Soul-level love. The kind that rearranges a life. The kind that asks for courage. The kind that terrifies the ego. And that is exactly why they ran. They knew. Long before they admitted it. They felt it. Long before they said it. But tonight, their mouth betrayed their heart's secret. And now their heart is louder than their fear. My beloved child. While they were speaking your name, something else happened. An angel wrote it down. Yes. In the unseen places where human eyes cannot look. There are records. Moments. Sacred events. And this moment was marked. Because this was not merely emotional. It was prophetic. A turning point. A threshold. Something has shifted. The road ahead has changed. You may not see it yet. But the path is no longer what it was yesterday. There are movements already happening. Invisible rearrangements. Divine timing adjusting itself. Conversations preparing themselves. Unexpected encounters positioning themselves. Doors quietly unlocking. All because one soul finally spoke what it had been hiding. Your name. Do not rush this. Do not chase it. Do not force it. This is not your burden to manage. This is heaven's work. Let heaven do what heaven does. Your role is not pursuit. Your role is alignment. Stay still enough to receive. Stay open enough to notice. Stay grounded enough to trust. Because what is happening now is delicate. Like dawn before sunrise. You cannot rush the sun. But you can prepare for its arrival. Your soulmate is now entering a season of awakening. It will not all happen at once. At first they will resist. Then they will rationalize. Then they will remember. Then they will surrender. And somewhere inside that process, they will begin moving toward you. Not because someone told them to. Because their soul insists on it. My child, there is something they have not told anyone. Not a friend. Not family. No one. They have been talking to you in their mind. Yes. More than once. Perhaps while driving. Perhaps before sleep. Perhaps during moments of loneliness. They imagine conversations with you. Things they wish they had said. Things they wish they had done differently. Apologies. Questions. Confessions. And now, after speaking your name aloud, those silent conversations feel even more real. They can no longer dismiss you as a passing thought. You have become unavoidable. And that changes everything. You may wonder, why now? Because timing matters. You had to become who you are now. They had to become who they are now. Previous versions of you could not have carried this love safely. Too much fear. Too much immaturity. Too much pain. But heaven has been preparing both of you separately. Refining. Breaking. Healing. Teaching. What felt like delays were actually preparations. What felt like rejection was redirection. What felt like loneliness was training. You were not forgotten. You were being made ready. And tonight was a signal. A holy signal. The signal that the next chapter has begun. My beloved child. I know part of you wants proof. A message. A call. A visible sign. And that is understandable. But listen carefully. Not all proof arrives through eyes. Some proof arrives through peace. Some proof arrives through sudden knowing. Some proof arrives through a strange calm that says, something has changed. That calm you feel now? That is your proof. Trust it. Because your soul knows what your mind cannot yet verify. Your soulmate has crossed an invisible line. They cannot go back. Even if they try. Even if they delay. Even if they deny. They have heard themselves say your name. And hearing it changed them. They heard love in their own voice. That startled them. Because they did not realize how deeply they felt it. Until now. And now they are vulnerable. Exposed. Softened. And that is when transformation begins. They may not contact you tomorrow. They may not contact you next week. Do not panic. Silence does not mean nothing is happening. Sometimes silence means everything is happening. Internally. Quietly. Powerfully. Seeds grow underground before they break the surface. This is underground growth. Sacred growth. Unseen growth. Trust the unseen. That has always been the lesson. Trust what you cannot yet touch. Trust what you cannot yet hold. Trust what heaven has already begun. Because your soulmate is not sleeping the same tonight. Their heart is louder. Their mind is unsettled. Their chest feels heavy. Not with pain. With truth. And truth has weight. Especially when it has been denied. They are feeling it now. Every ounce of it. And somewhere, perhaps right now, they are staring into space. Thinking of you. Wondering what you are doing. Wondering if you somehow felt it. The answer is yes. You did. That is why you are here. That is why this message reached you. This was your confirmation. Not the final revelation. The first one. There is more. Much more. Because the name was only the beginning. What happened immediately after they said your name is what will truly shake you. But that part has not yet been revealed. And even now, as heaven prepares to uncover it, your soulmate is feeling something else rise. A memory. A very specific memory. One they thought was gone. One tied directly to you. It has returned suddenly. Uninvited. Sharp. Emotional. Alive. And when that memory fully surfaces, it will force a decision they can no longer avoid. A decision that changes both of your lives. But that moment is still unfolding. And what they do next depends on whether they listen to fear or finally surrender to love. That answer is closer than either of you realize.